Welcome to BCB Live. Yes, we are that safest station in the nation.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. Drive safe, Dave here in the small studio today. He's not in the big studio. He's actually over in the small studio, feeling a little comfortable, feeling a little back home. I almost feel like kicking my feet up on the desk, sitting back, relaxing, nice cold tea. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to basically get straight to the news. Hey, I just want to remind everybody, today is the day that we've all been waiting for in regards to the emergency broadcast system's nationwide broadcast at 2:20 Eastern Standard Time. Now, that is Eastern Standard Time. So here in the Central Time Zone, that'll be at 1:20. In the Mountain Time, that'll be at 12:20. So there you go. So basically understand, as today at around 2:20 Eastern Standard Time, all TVs, radios, cell phones will get issued an emergency broadcast system alarm sound. Don't be alarmed. It's a test. It's only a test. If it had been an actual emergency, you would have been told where to tune in and what to do at that time. But because it's only a test, it's to make sure that all parties involved understand what's going on in the test. So there's no conspiracy theories all out there about how it's aliens taking over. It's not. How they're reaching out, trying to take over your mind control. It's not. It's like a fire drill, guys. It's all it is, a fire drill. You know, that thing that you do training so that you know where to go in the event of an emergency or there's a fire, that you walk quickly. You remember the ones you used to do back in school where each classroom knew where the assembly area was? Those things are for your protection. And much like that, that's what this test is. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. So you will be getting an alert on your cell phone today. You will be, if you're watching the TV today, you're watching General Hospital, you might get a slight interruption at 12:20 Eastern Standard Time. I'm just telling you, there are changes. There is an opportunity here to be involved in the event. Now, if you're on the cell phone, I think if you're on the call at the time, it won't warn you till you get off your call. So just letting you know, there's no reason to panic or be alarmed by the test of the emergency broadcast system. There you go. I'm giving you out my basic information. All right, real quick, just so everybody knows, is this my first story? I didn't know this was my first story. All right, so I want to remind everybody that it is October. It is October 4th. We have less than a month away to go before we vote. Most states, I would say 90% of the states, require at least 20 days to register to vote. All but 6 states, you can vote online. I mean, you can register online. I think there's 6 states that don't allow you to do that. Texas is one of them. But there are 6 states that do require you to register by mail. But you have 20 days to do so. You can pick up a voter registration card at any United States mailbox. I mean, U.S. Post Office. At any United States post office, you can go and get a voter registration card. You can also, if you're in a different state, you can check online to see if you can update your registration. And the reason I mention this to everybody, and the reason I think it's important, is a lot of things are, look, I want truck driving, I want the trucking industry, and I want the transportation industry voices heard. I want you to understand how important it is that your voice matters in voting. You know, we all sit here and say, well, who do I vote for? Look, I don't care if you have a top pick in the presidential election. I don't care if you have, what I do care is that you care enough to vote. What I do care is that you care enough to go out and make a decision. It's not always an easy decision to make. It's not always the, but it is your decision to make. It's not only your right, and it's not only your privilege, but it is also your responsibility to vote as an American citizen. I want you to know that. I want you to know how important it is. And I want you to continue to understand that I want you to know that in transportation, your vote matters. It does matter. It absolutely matters. And if enough voices raise up the alarm about what's going on in the trucking industry for whatever reason, and we become a much more formidable force, then things will change in this country for the better in our industry. We have a lot of issues that we can tackle together. We have a lot we can go forward with, and we can have movement on out there in both local and state and federal governments. You have an opportunity to voice that, and as a voice of the people and as a voice out there, you have a chance to make change, reform, and you have change to make things happen for this industry. There are a lot of topics that we've discussed here on this show. We do that regularly. We find that an opportunity to enlighten you on many of the things that are going on in the country, whether they be truck parking, whether they be the Federal Safety Administration's changes, whatever the case is, how money is going to be spent on infrastructure, and how and some of the decisions that play out every day across this country. You need to be a part of that. And you need to let people know that you have a voice in this industry. I want you to know that you got to go out there and you got to register to vote. And the only way to do that is to make sure you get it done in time. And that's the reason I'm doing it here on October 4th. You have less than 30 days, but you have time to do it. You have time to get registered. You have time to get in there and make sure that you have a voter registration card, or that you've registered to vote in your area. It's very important that you do this. It's very important that you make sure your voice matters. And enough of yous out there will make we's go in and change things for the better for this industry. And only we can do it together. We got to make sure that we in this industry do more for us. And the only way to do that is to make sure you cast a ballot. And you can only cast a ballot if you are registered to vote. So I want you to get out there and I want you to register to vote. I tell you what, I did want to let everybody know that the cyber attack hit Estes Express Line's IT system. There's not a lot of info on this. They are a short haul carrier. And I wanted everybody to know, a LTL carrier. And I wanted everybody to know that the cyber attack hit them. They hit them yesterday. They are still running trucks. They are still operating. They're doing a lot of it by manual, and they're trying to get their systems online. Very real thing going on in the world today. These IT system attacks, these ransomwares, these things that are happening across. You know, a lot of things have affected us, and they've happened to us in this country. It actually affected, I remember when when one of the supply lines was affected by a cyber attack in the East Coast, it affected the fuel prices across the country for each and every one of us. These things are dangerous. They cost money. Make sure you are aware of what's going on and to know that, yeah, they are targeting trucking systems. They are out there targeting trucking companies. They are out there targeting you. Believe it or not, it's not just someone else. It's us. It's us who they want to go after. It's an industry out there, and they're going to go after the actors. I think it's important that you continue to make sure you update your computers, you follow IT protocols, you get with systems, you develop processes that protect you out there each and every day. Don't just click on something because it comes up on the screen. I think that's probably the one thing that I've had to learn how to do is not just start clicking around. You know, read what it is, understand what it is before you click on it, before you open it, before you look at it. If it's an email from somebody you don't know, it might not be. And if it's something that doesn't look right, seem right, or smell right, I guarantee you it probably isn't right. Cyber attacks are up to you. They make it matter. And you know what? They're crazy. So yeah, everybody, every driver manager, every dispatcher, every everybody in the office, every person that you're out there doing it, everybody that you're talking to, make sure you know what's going on. Make sure you understand what's going on out there, these cyber attacks. So I just want to let you know what's going on with Estes Express Lines, as they've now been hit, and they're trying to work hard to get their systems back online. I'll be back in just a minute right after this break. We're going to talk a little bit about safety and about passing right after that. We'll be right back.
All right. Hey, check it out. Here we are live right here in Mansfield, Texas, our BCB Live studio. What I really love about this place right now are the endless opportunities, the endless ways that you can use this studio.
Hey, welcome back to the 2023 Pickle Parade.
BCB Live, we started out really focused on that transportation, that trucking only, talking about safety, making sure that we're giving that story about safety. We have the ability to do interviews, social media content, sales opportunities. What are you showcasing? What are you doing today that you've got to get that out?
Hey everybody, we're back. I'm trying to mess with this screen because I got a little bit going on. I want to make sure that we know full well what we're doing here. Let me try to get this. Oh, this isn't in the way. All right, so here's a video right here. You can see this driver, this motorcyclist is passing solid cross lines. You are not allowed to cross two solid white lines. You can cross up one solid white line. It is there to direct your traffic. It is there to keep you going unless it's notified. But two solid white lines in any pattern, you can't pass. And see this motorcyclist out there running along there. They are absolutely crossing the solid lines, and they're making it dangerous for everybody else. You don't want to pass it. And I know I got just an example here of a motorcyclist, but I want everybody to see this isn't a secondary lane for you to use. This is not what it's for and not what it's designed for. Just so that you know about passing. And the reason I'm talking a little bit about passing is I got the shirt on today. Do not pass. There's a reason for those as we move forward. All right, let me back this up and let me go to the next one. All right, look, this is what can happen in a moment's notice. You cut, a lot goes on here. I wanted to talk about this. Passing on the right, crazy as it is and crazy as it may seem, there's a lot that happens in this video. This car came over all the way into this lane, no signals. Where are all the communication that transpires in this accident video? There's a lot to learn here for everybody. No one is using a turn signal. Everybody's trying to pass everybody on a closed street and trying to pass on the right-hand side and not watching what's going on. There was no way for this truck to see this car by what they were doing. There was no way for this guy to know what the truck was doing without a turn indicator. There's a lot going on here, and I'm going to tell you right now, none of the actors in this video are doing what they were supposed to be doing, and this poor guy over here on the left wasn't doing anything at all right there, and everybody's trying to pass everybody on the right. Crazy as it is, this probably was the only guy doing what he was supposed to be doing, and he got tied up in a wreck. But I'm telling you right now, looky here, no turn indicators, everybody passing, nobody signaling, nobody communicating, and none of that's going on. That's crazy, and it doesn't make sense to me what's going on. You've got to watch out for this kind of stuff out there on the road. I'm just telling you, as we talk about stuff like that, I want you to understand just how dangerous it is. Watch this. Pulling out there, using the signal, oncoming traffic at night, difficult. But really, what's so weird about all this, and here it is, you don't necessarily have to have the sign, but I will tell you the double white line is right there. The double yellow line is right there in the center of the roadway. You can't pass there. And there's a lot of reasons why they develop these and these signs and this stuff. One of the reasons is there may be a curve like it is right here ahead. Not able to see, limited visibility. Also, there may be a lot of intersections and turn lanes up ahead that you can't see, that cars can be coming out. They don't want you to pass there either. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and there may be low areas. The road may dip. The road may hide something. There may be reasons why they create these do not pass lanes. Nothing happened here, but I can tell you this isn't where you want to be. This a guy pulling out, oncoming lane, having to swerve back in and make that happen. I'm going to tell you right now, got to be careful in these passing lanes. It's something that we do every single day, and it's something that we do a lot of. All right, everybody. Hey, I want you to take care, be mindful. We're going to jump right back over into safety here in just a second. We're going to bring them in here. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to go to our normal programming. It's kind of fun being back here today, playing with some of the stuff that I don't normally get to play with, especially the touchscreen. But I'm glad to be here today. I'm glad to be here on a Wednesday. I hope everybody has a great, wonderful, safe day, and understand that we're going to bring you back to your regular programming right after this message here on BCB Live, the safest station in the nation. Drive safe. Dave's trying to do it by himself today.